You've seen the thumbnail. Chicago seems to be unraveling at the seams with one of the highest crime rates that you can imagine over what was supposed to be a peaceful holiday celebration. Dozens of shootings, dozens of carjackings. At this point in time, probably a dozen different murders in Chicago in the course of a couple days. The thumbnail that you're looking at is data from Sunday evening, and this is being recorded on Monday morning. So the likelihood is those numbers probably went up. But how does a city as economically powerful as Chicago end up with one of the worst crime rates in the United States? We're going to talk about it in this video. This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity. I want to give you an alternative take on the increasing crime wave spreading across the United States and ironically some of the richest parts of the country. We're going to cover some economic and financial data about Chicago and then come full circle about what that looks like in relevance to the societal collapse that pockets of Chicago are experiencing. So Chicago is actually the third largest economy in the United States as far as economic output. Chicago, as of 2020, had an economic output of $770.7 billion, surpassing that of Switzerland, one of the largest and most influential countries in Europe. That's right, Chicago has money. It has major Fortune 500 companies such as Kraft Heinz, Caterpillar, United Airlines, JP Morgan Chase has a major presence. There's a Federal Reserve Bank in Chicago. You also look at the financial stats like the average and median credit scores. Average credit score is 666, median credit score of 672. This is, of course, coming from Credit Karma, not FICO, but nonetheless, these are considered relatively prime scores on average and the median in Chicago. So with that being the case, at the population size that Chicago has, which is multiple million, you also have Chicago was literally one of the ninth most in-demand city by mortgage as of 2020, meaning people taking out mortgages in Chicago or moving into Chicago buying homes. With all of this at play, with so much money in circulation, one has to ask themselves, how do you dive into such utter chaos in pockets of Chicago? Socioeconomic conditions are one of the prime drivers of crime, household instability, so on and so forth. And with that being the case, you have to scratch your head and say, what's going wrong in places like Chicago and other places around the country? How does a place with such economic capacity, so much money flowing around, leave out chunks of their communities to delve into utter chaos and fight over utter scraps? We need to be asking ourselves this question because, believe it or not, these problems aren't just for these communities. This is all of our problems. I wanted to bring some economic context over this. Why is it that so many of the youth in these different major cities would rather guns in their pocket than money in their pocket? This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity, bringing you a new mini-series that we're going to call Rich's War Zones, where we're going to cover cities around the United States, the economic capacity of those cities, matching the crime rates in those cities, to try to make more sense of how you can have so much money somewhere and still have people in such desperate positions. All my pioneers out there, thank you for tuning in. I want you to comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Chicago is crazy. I actually spent the Easter weekend in Chicago myself personally. I may attach a few photos that I personally took during my time there. It's a beautiful city. I had an amazing stay at one of their historic HILTON hotels downtown and took some time for a few days over the Easter weekend to just peruse the downtown area of the city and other areas, Lincoln Park, beautiful place. It's really sad to hear about what's going on there, but we're going to continue to cover it on this channel because we need to have a broader perspective on the chaos emerging in the United States, the richest country on the planet, and somehow has the worst crime rates on the globe. So all my pioneers out there, thank you for tuning in. All my new viewers, I want you to like and subscribe. Welcome to the family. And to everybody else, I want you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see all of y'all soon.
This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity Network, a channel dedicated to helping you increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, the proper use of life insurance, and the ownership of real estate. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your blueprint for prosperity.